Hey everyone, I'm Ethan, and this is my top 5 games of 2019. Number 5, Metal Wolf Chaos XD. Thanks to Devolver Digital, a game that was on the original Xbox, finally came out worldwide instead of just in Japan only. And it's an insane concept of a game where you play as the President of the United States piloting a mech, fighting for freedom, justice, whatever you want to call it. And it is just an insane concept that just why it didn't come out over here earlier is beyond me, but I can only think that it's thanks to uh, probably the Super Best Friends podcast or Let's Play channel for actually getting released over here whenever they did an LP of it and telling people to actually go and tweet at I forget the guy's name over at FromSoft, but to get the game over here. And I mean, they're no longer uh, Super Best Friends is no longer a group or whatever since they've all split up. But honestly, it is probably thanks to them that Metal Wolf Chaos is even outside of Japan now as a officially released game worldwide or whatever. Number 4, Gato Roboto. If I'm butchering the name, I apologize on that. This is a fun little Metroid inspired game where you play as a cat and you get to pilot a mech, like a security mech suit or something, as a cat. Occasionally, you have to jump out of the suit, crawl around vent or small holes, not vents. Might as well be vents because if you're thinking Metroid, it's essential. It's essentially the cat is morph ball mode, except you're leaving the suit behind and you're a one-hit wonder at that point. So don't get hit. And I think you have a dedicated meow button on there when you're outside the suit. So that's a humorous little thing. The game takes a very heavy inspiration from, well, like I said, Metroid, but also it seems like a kind of like a Game Boy game where everything's just uh, black and white, kind of monochromatic, or if that. And so you have like black background, everything's white, and then occasionally you'll find color palettes that you can swap in, and you can even get one that just makes it look like a Game Boy game. So it's really enjoyable. It's a short little game. I'm oh man, I'm honestly impressed by the HUD on this game because good parts of it are watching the cat's actual reaction whenever you're in the mech suit. He has a little face up in the corner. You can see how happy he is whenever you're firing. If you shoot a missile, he's super excited. You do the screw attack jump sort of thing. He just goes crazy with how happy he is. It's an amazing little game. Number 3, Dragon Quest Builders 2. I played this game way more than I did the first one. Uh, the first one, I got past the first section after putting 20 some odd hours into it. And then it's like, all right, you're going to your new location, and they take everything away from you, and you start over from nothing, essentially. Like, you have the knowledge of what you can build, but you have to restart from nothing, and you have to abide by rules. Dragon Quest Builders 2 said, you know what, that's dumb. We're going to do this better. We're going to add a run button to it. So you go to a new place, you can build whatever, but you're still adhering to the rules of building in the new location, but you're not limited, and it doesn't feel like you're just completely isolated from where you were just at before. So it's like the first game but better. But they added multiplayer, which really needed some work, but it's functional. It's just people really wanted multiplayer in a story mode, I guess, not just in the overworld that you have access to. There is a demo on pretty much every modern day system, I think, and that gets you up, should get you up to like a point where you're meeting the other guy, your other main character that travels with you. On PC though, and they may have updated the demos on the consoles. I'm not sure. You can actually play up through the first world that you get to travel to. So if you have Steam or whatever, go and check that demo out if you haven't played this game and been curious, because that is a good time sink of a demo where it's like at least one, maybe 1/3 or 1/5 of the game right there, somewhere in that area. Number 4, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, a game by Koji Igarashi, known for the Castlevania series, like the good ones, the 2D side-scrolling ones that are really fun. Not so much the 3D ones. Like, I mean, I guess he had some involvement on those, but I don't know to what extent. But the ones that, basically the games that everyone kept asking for more of, and Konami's like, nah, we're not doing that. So this is his Kickstarter game, which is totally not Castlevania, but it's like Castlevania because that's what he's good at. It's a great game. There is quite a bit of content there for even a Kickstarter game. It's got quite a bit going on there. There's still more content to come out for this game. Like I think there's like multiplayer or something. I don't know, but it's pretty amazing. And aside from Koji, well-known game developer being involved, he's gotten other well-known names in the game industry, such as David Hayter, known for voicing Solid Snake from Metal Gear Solid series. Uh, and you can tell which character he voices right when you hear him, so that's pretty awesome. The game itself plays almost perfectly like a Castlevania game should be, being able to equip certain enemy abilities, weapons, whatever. It it there's so much to take in on there. Number 1, Devil May Cry 5. It's been a long time since we had a an actual Devil May Cry game released. Uh, and especially a good Devil May Cry. Not that DMC Devil May Cry was bad. It was just it wasn't necessarily what people wanted at the time. Not that the DMC Devil May Cry was bad. It was just such a different experience compared to what the series had been. In fact, replacing the main character with the main character of it, but via a different design and pretending nothing else had happened before, yet maintaining the plot points like you're still finding Mundus from the first game or something. It's what I don't. Uh. But Devil May Cry 5, it's a return back to all the good stuff about Devil May Cry 1, 2, and 3. Well, 1 and 3 and 4. Nero comes back. He's now got an arm missing, but he gets all these special abilities with robotic arms or something. And it's just, there's so much you can do with just that stuff that he can do alone. Dante's got comes back. He's got like a motorcycle attack now, and then the newcomer V, and he he's more of a stand back and let his summons do all the work. Like he has a bird, a cat, or a dog or something, kind of a big. I think it's a panther. I don't know. And then he can summon in for his devil trigger. He summons in like a big golem or something. So that's pretty cool. And it's just this amazing adventure of going through fighting everything, seeing the world around you, seeing faces from previous games showing up to help, and even occasionally running into the other characters in a kind of a makeshift co-op mode that you can kind of interact with others, but not really. And then the music in there was just amazing, and even DLC added to let you have access to music from the older games as well, and you can go and customize who gets to hear what during their battle stuff. So that's cool. This game seemed to be more streamlined to make it more faster paced action, whereas the old ones you could had to explore quite a bit, backtrack here, do this, do that. You even had like items that you could go into a menu and it's like, okay, I have a green star, I'm gonna use that to cure, blah blah blah. In this one, it's just you're pretty much just on a straight path the entire time. There is a little backtracking in some places, but for the most part, it's constant action the whole time. And you can even, or and you don't even have to worry about having heal stars. It's just if you're not doing well, it's just because you need to do better, and you don't get a chance to recover from that unless there's a health drop from an enemy. So it's there's not they've reduced what you had to think about in the game in planning, so that way you can go and just have more fun and enjoy it for what it is.
If you want to reach out to us, we have new ways to do so. You can email us at procedurallygeneratedent@gmail.com. If you like what we do, you can support us on Patreon by going to patreon.com/pgent. Patreon supporters get the video version of the podcast a day early. Follow us on Twitter at twitter.com/progenint. Check out our YouTube channel, and we still have that famous Facebook group where you can interact with us on a daily basis as well.